this is an example of an impossible card. And would you believe this card base is one sheet of cards, the black bit is one sheet of cardstock, not glued together, it's all joined, okay? You'll see what I mean in a moment. There's another example here. Look at that, really clever cards, really interesting. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you all the shapes. You see there's another one. And then in a minute I'll just reveal to you how you create it. And here's another one. So there's 4 different shapes. We've got the square. This is the square, which is, I believe, 6 by 6. Then we've got the rectangle. Then we've got the oval. And then we've got the circle as well. So for the oval die, bear with me, there we go. For the oval die, this is the main piece. This is what's going to create that kinetic card shape. So that's how the element cuts. What we're going to do now is quite simply take any one of these 2 sides and twist them. You've got a score line here. So if we lift up that middle piece, like so, you've got the score line done for you, and then you can twist any one of these back. So let's just twist this one back like that. There we go. There's your impossible card shape. How quick and easy is that? Lays down flat, still fits the same shape as it did before. So whatever the main die is, you'll just need an envelope to fit that. It won't be larger than that, unless, like me now, you're going to overlap elements onto this top bit that stands up. Then you'll need a slightly larger envelope. But you know, you're crafters, you'd figure that out anyway. But that's your impossible card shape, very simply. Now let's add some mats and some layers to this. I'm going to come back to this beautiful paper or those toppers in just a moment. I've got some mats and layers here. What I want to bring you as well, again, from the Creative brand, we've got blending mats too. I mean, it's a clear sheet, so you can only just see it. Got the blending mats. I've got my blending brushes too, all included. So I've got a pink and I've got a blue in my Distress Oxides. I'm going to use these to just go around the edge. Now the papers that I'm using are from, like I say, an RSPB paper kit, paper pad that we've got online. These are the absolutely beautiful, I think they're the British birds, that's what it's called, something along those lines. Really, really pretty. But because I'm using, which goes really against everything that I usually tell you to do, but I'm actually going to be using, I just realised my bird's going to be upside down. Never mind. I'm going to be using pattern and pattern. Usually I would say use pattern and solid or vice versa, because it's hard for things to stand out. So to combat that, I'm going to use ink around the edges of my layers just to help each of the layers stand out. So I'm using my Creative blending brush. So now to start gluing these on. Now, what am I going to use? I'm going to use my pink frog applicator again, I think. So let's start with these layers. Look, that just fits absolutely perfectly. Can you imagine trying to cut this by hand? Now, I've also got this panel here. This goes on top. You can cut 2 of these if you want to, so you can do the front and the back. We haven't got very long. I had so much that I wanted to show you. But never mind. This is where my birds are going to be upside down. Do bear that in mind when you're cutting your papers, which way up your papers are. But, oh, not to worry, because I'm going to be really covering those over anyway. Absolutely beautiful, that impossible card there. So you can just gift it like that, and they'll sort of think it's magic. Now, I cut this one out just to show you, because if you want to secure the card so that it can't be flipped back, it's entirely up to you. You can use this bar. Now this is one layer, and you can place that across there. You've also got another layer, so you can put another layer on top. Now you could put your sentiment there if you wanted. It's just a choice for you, and I just wanted to show you that. So all I'm going to do is, you can see, perfect circles. These are the torn edge ones, so you've got that lovely kind of deckled edge, random deckled edge around there. I'm just going to pop these using some foam pads. I'm going to use, these are 2mm thick. Where is it? There we go. 2mm thick. They're just over 1 centimetre in width and height. Width and length. They're square, so I don't know which would be which. But these ones are a lovely thick foam pad. And I'm just going to pop 1, 2. Probably don't need more than 2, to be honest. Let's see. I think I might pop another one under there as well. Just there. And then, so I've got my bird, really pretty. And then my happy everything. Look at that. That can go on. I'm going to actually use one of my larger foam pads for this. These ones are huge. They're almost 2.5 by 2.5 centimetres. Or if you work in millimetres, it's 24 millimetres. Let's pop this one on here. Now I like to have them just overlapping the top so you get that point of difference there. And that's a really quick and simple card. I mean, I've talked a lot through whilst I've been making that, but you'd make it a lot quicker if you weren't talking about what you were doing and explaining it to people. So lovely card. The impossible cards come in square, rectangle, oval and circle, and of course you have all of the mats and layers with every single one of them, so you can create those.